So, what if I told you that the biggest change that has happened in real estate is not home prices, is not interest rate, and is not even about whether it's buyers or a seller market right now. Really believe that the biggest change that is happening is so much deeper than that. I think that is real estate now is changing how people own it. Okay, how people have access to it and how technology is a big part of that. So today's video, I want to show you, why we're going to talk about why many people believe we are entering into what we call a completely new chapter in real estate. And it's going to be it's something so different that there are going to be people that are going to run to it. They're going to run right into it. They're going to go full force, and they're going to be people that run from it. And the people that run from it, I think it's most time it's people that are afraid of change. Okay. But technology is definitely changing like right now. And I'm not talking about something that's going to happen. Talking about something that's happening right now. I want you to think about real estate, and it always traditionally worked, right? If you wanted to buy a property, you can do that. You needed a significant amount of capital to do that. You need to qualify for financing to be able to do that. You sign a stack of paperwork, ownership. The records were filed, right? Then you have to manage the property, or you hire somebody to do that. That process has worked for a very long time, and it still does. Okay, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved. Okay, or there's not any improvement that is coming. Okay, so when we talk about technology changes, right, every industry is going through this or has been already. So you have music. I remember when I used to put a CD, and even before the CD, we had videotapes and VCRs, and the you had your music differently. Now you can stream, you can get on YouTube, you can do those different things. Then we have the movie industry. Yes, you can still go to the movies and watch movies, but at one point we had people that was burning the movies. I don't know if people still do that, burning CDs and burning movies. And then now we have streaming apps like Netflix that you can just pay for every month, and you can get access to a variety of movies. And then you got banking. You had to go inside of the in the banking in order to, or talk to someone in order to get your money out. I remember I used to have to, when I wanted to get $10 out, $20 out of my bank account, I had to go inside the bank. I had to write on a slip and tell them what I want to, give it to the teller, and she would, give me my money that I wanted out. Okay. Now you can do that online. You can transfer money. We got things like Cash App, Venmo, that you can just transfer money digitally. Shopping as well. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like online shopping. I like being able to get my things to my home and not having to go out and shopping, and even travel as well. Yeah, I know that we fly on planes and things like that, but now things are just so different. You don't have to just book a hotel. You can book a hotel if you want to, but you don't have to just do that. You can book a home, a Airbnb when you are traveling. So every single industry has changed. Okay, and happens is it made these industries more effective, more accessible. And real estate is beginning to have its own version of this same transformation. Okay, the buildings itself are not changing. Apartment buildings are still going to be apartment buildings. Commercial properties are still commercial properties. People still rent homes. Businesses still or lease office space. We just got an office space not too long ago, so that's not changing. But what's changing is the infrastructure behind the ownership. Okay, and that right there, that's very, very important. I want you to stick a pin in and remember that that's what's changing. Okay, I want to give you 3 reasons real estate is changing. And I think that these 3 major reasons this industry is evolving is the reason why. Okay, so we're going to walk through these. Number one is a better technology. I don't think I put these on my slide. Yeah, I did. Better technology. Okay. That's the first reason. It's simple. Technology allows ownership records to be handled differently than they were 20 or even 30 years ago. So instead of relying on only paper records and manual processes, digital infrastructure makes ownership records so faster and more transparent and easier to manage. Technology isn't replacing real estate, it's just improving how real estate operates. Okay. The next one is more global access. So years ago, real estate was almost entirely just local. It like today, people are buying, they're selling, they learn about opportunities from everywhere in the world because of what? Technology. So technology has removed many of the barriers that was once limited to be able to participate in real estate. The industry is becoming more connected than ever ever before, like it's happening now. And also ownership is evolving as well. That's the third reason why, and that's the biggest, because ownership itself is just evolving. For decades, okay, for decades, owning real estate usually meant buying an entire property. Today we're seeing new ownership models. They're emerging, they're new, they're coming up. And that's you're going to see the words like fractional ownership and digital ownership records, and tokenization is what I love to talk about. And these ideas are changing how people think about participating in real estate. Okay. So it's not about replacing real estate. And I want to keep saying that. It's not about saying, oh, yeah, it's going to alleviate that. Sometimes people hear words like blockchain or tokenization and they automatically just assume a traditional real estate is going to disappear. It is not. Okay. I am an advocate that is going to make things better. It's going to give more access. And that's not what's, and that's what's happening, right? You the buildings are still real. Okay. The tenants are still real. People are still paying rent. The rental income is still real. People are still renting out Airbnbs. What's evolving is the infrastructure that supports the ownership. Okay. That's what is changing. That's what that's what you're going to see. That's what's happening now, and you're going to continue to see these things. Why does this matter? Because throughout history, technology has opened up opportunities, okay, that weren't practical before. Okay. I'm not saying every new technology succeeds, but I really do think that it's worth understanding where the industry is headed. The more informed you are, the more educated you are, the better decisions you make. I want to I want to employ you to get educated around tokenization, to get educated. I'm a part of a community. I don't mind sharing, ILCA Academy. And I believe that because I'm a part of that community, it opened my eyes to all the technical things that are happening that the news don't tell us. Okay. We have these crypto talks every morning, Monday through Thursday, where we're on Zoom and we're looking at what's happening in political news, what's happening in news across other globes, because those things have an effect on our money sometimes. Okay. We talk about cryptocurrency. We talk about those things. Of course, Bitcoins are part of the main cryptocurrency that we talk about, Ethereum, just all different types of coins. And that's how I'm learning more. So I'm going to put it in the description and learn about ILCA if you want to. But just wanted to put that out there, that I'm glad that I am in a position where I am being educated. Um, Now I know with ILCA there is a monthly investment to be a part of that community. However, with me talking about tokenized real estate, I am a part of a platform called eEstate you see here on the screen, and they actually partnered with the gentleman, Mr. Brandon Ivy, who is the head of ILCA Academy, and they partner with him, so he gives us free education every Wednesday night. Okay, so if you're a part of eEstate, want to be a part of eEstate, everything is linked down in the description. Okay. But I wanted to make sure I emphasize that. that when you are more informed, when you are more educated, you make better decisions. Okay, it's not just about emotional decisions around money. It's about really making decisions based on the education. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why all of these things have become so interesting in it for me, because I personally have built online businesses. I have another YouTube channel. I write books. I have digital products. I have content. I have a community, and those businesses really did teach. They taught me a lot about building income, but I really, really became very curious about something different about tokenized real estate. I wanted to learn more about how assets work, how money works, how money can produce beyond daily effort. Okay. How I can make my money work for me. And learning about tokenized real estate really opened an entire new conversation for me. Okay. And I'm still learning. I'm documenting my journey. And that's what this channel is all about. It's not just me documenting the journey, but it's about me giving my perspective, showing you how I am being in this opportunity, being able to allow my money to make money for me, being able to make money without talking to anybody, without just doing videos. Like I do videos, and I share with other people, and that's what I do. And I love that part, that I don't, even if I didn't want to do videos, I don't have to. It's an option, but because the company has a whole ecosystem, but yeah, it's just an amazing opportunity, and it's so different than what I am used to, and I'm loving it. Okay, but if you're ready to see how all of this works, I have a 3-minute estate overview. You're going to learn how tokenized real estate works. You're going to see how everyday people are participating, and you decide if it's right for you. Okay. You decide if it's right for you, if that's something that you want to do. But watch that 3-minute overview. There's also going to be an option if you want to get on a phone call with me, you want to, chat about your goals, about what you want to do, and, being in this space. And if this is right for you, if you got questions beyond the 3-minute overview, I only have limited spots on a weekly basis. So get on my calendar and let's chat. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.